This Muslim imam said America and Russia will become Muslim countries. His name is Mohammed Ismail, and this right here is exactly why the West should take ideological extremism seriously. Now you can imagine what Muslims go to mosque to teach and learn every day. When a religious leader stands up and declares that entire nations will be transformed under a single belief system, not through democratic choice, not through innovation, not through building anything useful, but through ideological domination, then it's important to tell such religion the truth. This is what they have been teaching their followers for years, which now result into the progressive state of Afghanistan, where people are using camel to travel up till today. It's not a coincidence when countries like Sudan, Yemen, Afghanistan, Somalia, Syria, Lebanon, Pakistan are living in abject poverty and constant bombing of each other. When you look at modern global development, the countries leading in science, technology, medicine, space exploration, and economic stability are secular, pluralistic nations, places where people of all faiths and non-faiths cooperate, innovate, and live freely. Instead of sitting down to ask themselves, what are we doing wrong, they choose to teach their people expansion. The places you occupied, how developed are they? Statements like this. Imams don't focus on contributing to humanity's progress. They focus on converting populations, changing demographics, and expanding religious influence, as if the goal is to reshape nations rather than develop them. This is why we need a leader like Trump in the White House again, someone who's anti-radical, plain and straightforward enough to rebuke any idea of domination. It's not a coincidence why Judaism cannot live peaceful with Islam, Christians cannot live peaceful with Islam, atheists cannot live peaceful with Islam, Hinduism cannot live with Islam. Now it's getting clearer. Countries like Sudan, Somalia, Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, etc., that are drowning in conflict, poverty, or instability are almost always suffering because religion dominates politics instead of democracy, education, science, and free expression. That's not an attack on believers. That's a criticism of systems where questioning authority is forbidden, where innovation is stifled, and where leaders preach power instead of progress. When leaders spend more time talking about religious expansion than building stable economies, the result is predictable. Brain drain, bombing terrorism, oppression of dissent, zero room for innovation. Now imagine importing that mindset into highly developed secular nations. That's why Western societies must protect their institutions, guard their freedoms, and remain firm about secular law, because once political authority mixes with religious authority, rights disappear fast. America, Europe, any nation, they thrive because they remain free, diverse, and democratic, not because one religion rules them. And that is why we must have people like this deported. Call out rhetoric that threatens pluralism, no matter who says it. Democracy is not up for conversion. Freedom is not up for negotiation. That is the message that needs to be heard, loudly and clearly.